tell me which one's, I guess, more boring. The World Series of Poker is going to be crowning its main event champion this month. ESPN is adding live coverage for the entire Texas Hold'em main event, which kicks off on July 8th.
And it ends like July 22nd.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
don't mind watching.
How?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think maybe because
How? They're playing cards.
I know, but they're playing for a lot of money.
That's it. So you'd watch a Connect 4 game if it was for $40 million?
Yes.
Get them! Get them! Does this Go? No, it's Connect 4. But the winner's getting $41.5 million.
Sit down.
All right. Money, that ups the...
And the best players in the world.
Doesn't mean anything. Can't be the best at something that is 90% however the cards come. Literally, no skill involved.
Not true.
No skill involved
It's not
whatsoever.
It's not roulette.
There are people that have learned the game online and 2 years later won the championship. No other real thing could you do that at.
Maybe.
Not a thing.
All right.
Not a real thing in this world that takes the hours to be great. Could you decide, I don't have a job. I want to do this. I'll start playing online. 2 years later, staying in Vegas with $6 million. I'm the greatest that ever lived. 16 months in your basement. Like, great. Sport. Not a sport. Thank you.
I don't say sport.
Okay.
I didn't say sport.
But not a real thing.
Don't put sport in my mouth.
Not a real
I
thing.
didn't say
Sorry,
that.
Matt Damon. Sorry, Rounders. Sorry, Malkovich. Sorry, everybody. Literally, obviously, you have to know what you're doing, but it's a deck of fucking cards, and then they're shuffled, and then they drop certain ways.
What else? What's my other option?
It's been held every year since 1970. The current champ, although I fucking love this guy, 39-year-old Vietnamese American Quy Nguyen, or Qui. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. His nickname is Tommy Gun. He is going to release a book later this year, From Vietnam to Vegas. He came to Vietnam. He came from Vietnam to the U.S. when he was 24, like with literally no money, and he won the World Series of Poker last year and won $8 million. Tommy Gun, I'll get behind. Anybody else, fuck all y'all.
That's what I mean. It's sort of, it's wrought with stories.
If there's
like
a
that.
fucking rags to riches, fucking Horatio Alger type
There
thing,
are some
I'll
types
get
of things
down
like
with
that,
it.
and then there's some dudes who are just some like
What if it's fucking
cold-blooded
Jack,
like.
What if it's some fucking shit ass bro, white fucking asshole,
Yeah.
with like Oakleys and a
Well,
fucking
those are the guys
baseball hat.
I watch it because I want to watch those guys get taken
Lose.
down.
There you go.
I mean, it's fun to watch those guys think they know what's happening, and this dude just schools them. You know,
Schools him with his
because they're
16
like
months of-
career old guard getting schooled by this new guard like internet kid shit, and then you watch it happen, and you're like, I get jazzed to see these guys get taken down. I guess that's part.
That
It's
could
maybe
be
not
it.
even the money. Maybe it's just me being
Old
like,
man
I like
getting
this
taken
dude,
down.
and I don't like this dude.
But what if you love the old guy and the young kid, some young punk?
Heartbreak.
Okay, you're watching it for the drama.
Yeah, there's drama.
I'll give you something worse. The Tropicana.
And there is something so crazy when you see a dude so confidently put all that money in, and it's like a choice where he is like, this is my time, and something goes against him, and it is like, there is a gutting feeling that you sense that, I mean, it is like, it's like, ugh, like you just fucking blew it, homie. Like, there is something, it's fun to watch.
I've already turned the station, so I haven't gotten to that part. Because they're flipping fucking cards.
I mean, I'm not talking about like what's his name from Kids in the Hall hosting like Poker After Dark or whatever, where it's like low
Which one
rent,
was
like
that? Which guy?
Foley maybe. Is that what it
Okay,
is?
I never watched.
Still
that.
like watch
Yeah,
it and
was
like
that was such a popular
it was
show.
on
I
always
forgot
after
about that.
SNL. It was always on or
Forgot
some
about
shit.
that.
Anyway, what's the other thing that's the most boring?
Oh, this is worse. This is in Tropicana in Vegas. There's 6 global tournaments that are going to lead to the finals this December in London. The World Series of Darts. Oh, you're loving it. You just lit up. He lit up, everybody. You can't see it. I swear to God, his mouth was kind of closed, and I said it, and he beamed up.
Darts are a sport.
Darts cannot,
Are a
in
sport.
this apartment/studio, be called a sport.
They are a sport. There's nothing else but a sport. It's nothing else but a
I
sport.
have to sit, everybody, I'm sitting down on the edge of a couch.
It is a sport.
Darts is back on tour from
Yep.
the promo I watched. 6 global tournaments. 2 have already happened. Dubai and Shanghai have already gone down. The greats have come out of there. Now we have Vegas, and then we have Auckland, Melbourne, and Perth. And then the greatest from these places that are somewhere I don't know will be meeting December, January in London to
Have you ever watched a real high stakes dart tournament?
again, it's a lot of money. Everything's about money with you.
I just mean like where everything's on the line.
Everything's on the excuse me? Everything's on the line meaning
Titles,
world titles.
world titles,
World
money.
titles. Is bowling a sport? No.
Yes.
No. I'm getting so fucking mad right now.
Is golf a sport?
No. I'm moving.
It's a solo sport.
Nope. I'm sitting. Are esports sports? Don't even. Not in this. That is where I motherfucking draw that ass fucking line.
Darts.
There has
Darts
to be.
is hard.
I'm getting so mad right now. With all of these things,
Listen.
there has to be, for it to be anything.
I mean, if you think about the fundamentals of dart, you
okay.
are throwing
Physics.
something at something
I'm
and
with
trying
you.
to get it into a place.
Okay.
That is essentially the heart of all sports.
Like cornhole. You're throwing something into something, trying to get into something.
But-
I'm in the World Cornhole Championships, $20 million on the line, everything's at stake, titles, and not a sport. I'd have to start to make lists of what would make a sport. Don't really even have to. Don't even want to have to lower myself into these ideas of having to do this. But darts is not a sport. Poker's not a sport. Esports
I didn't
is-
say
Okay,
poker
here's
was
the
a
deal.
sport. I did not
There
say
has
that.
to be, if you're watching, you're watching the greats, let's say.
Okay.
The difference between you and the greats has to be like apples and bowling balls. It can't be that like when I watch people do the esports thing and they're watching it because they play the game, are these players like so much better than the people in the stands at like whatever? What do they play? Like, give me a League of Legends or what? Are they watching it like, I could never do that? It's a video game. Yes, you could. They're only that much better than you for whatever reason.
But then but darts is not a chance game, and it is a pure skills
But
game.
if
Okay.
you go to any fucking shitty pub in Birmingham, is that a place? You will find guys that are, he's one of the best pub and bangers and mashers, and he would be like almost as good, but not as good as like, Papa McStubbin Chubbs, who is like. First of all, it's not a sport because you fucking look. You got to look at.
That's
these
what I'm
people.
saying.
Let's
that's
line them
that's
up and
what your
look at
problem
them.
is. You don't
It's a big
like
problem.
you don't like people that aren't in physical
They're not-
physical form.
They're not spending 4 hours a day weeping with a trainer. That's my first thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like sports for unhealthy people.
But even I saw a picture of Tom Brady. He's in Japan sumo wrestling, and he's got his shirt off, and it's like it's not exactly like the physique you would. He was just voted the best last season, the 2016 NFL top 100 players. The players voted him the best player in the league. He's fucking 40. Then you see him taking his shirt off. It's not exactly the idea of what you would think
Well,
to
he's
be the best
probably
at
in like
something.
he's probably
you know.
doing a thing where he's bulking up or putting on
that's
weight
it.
and then he'll trim down or whatever.
He just kind of looked like oh, that's the best guy at that? Because all the other bods I was watching on fucking Amazon, you want to see some bods.
Oh, you mean like the linemen
The
and
real,
shit?
the real
Oh,
players,
those guys are
like
just
defensive
enormous.
backs, and like it's like,
They're enormous.
oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah, not a sport, but so, like if you played tennis, let's say you love tennis.
Tennis is a sport?
Tennis is a sport.
Okay.
Continuous motion, that's got to be part of it.
So that's part of it.
I think.
I'm just trying to get your
I think there has to be
continuous motion.
motion, sweat.
It's a pool.
No, God, no. Bike riding, no. Race car driving, things.
Well, that's
no.
perpetual. That's constant motion.
No,
That-
but
you can't not. I mean,
No, that's just something you do when you're a kid. I got to get around. No.
race car driving.
God, no, it does it for you. It's like cards. I'm the greatest race car driver in the world. Drive my Sundance against your car. We'll see how good you are, dog.
But
Well, my car is no. You got
But-
to you have to be alone as a body. Your body's got to do it.
so your body has to do
Your
it.
body's got to be the thing that like
Darts
not
is
the-
still
not
making the
equipment.
cut here so far.
Okay.
It's not a team.
What about sweating? Can you drink beer when you're doing it?
Yes.
Could you smoke cigarettes and be the best in the world?
Probably, yeah.
Could you drink beer,
I think it
smoke
helps.
cigarettes,
I think
do
it
it,
helps.
and be the best in the world?
I think it helps. I think you have to.
Oh, boy. I just watch the esports things in the stadiums, and the fucking fans, their reaction on their faces, it's the same as, you wouldn't be able to tell well, you could because they're all fucking loser. You can tell the difference, but when you catch a crowd in any sport where the crowd is showing sheer whoa, and they're doing the same thing, but it's like you're watching the video game that you play, what is happening with this team of professionals that's so amazing that you're like having an out-of-body experience that is it something I've never seen that in my living room when I've played?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What he did when he shot that guy, I've never done! I don't get it. Just on that level.
I guess it's about, knowing what it takes to do that, play that
be the
game.
best.
No, knowing what it takes to play the game, to see somebody play it perfectly or near perfectly is I guess, not something you see all the time.
Okay.
And then if you, again, have a vested interest in it, meaning that you like it already.
Yeah.
Like you
Love
love
this-
the
you
game.
play this game.
I play this
This is
game.
my
I
game.
love this game. And now I'm watching somebody do it and
Excellent.
excellent. But
Are they sitting down when they play?
some of them, I think some of
Ooh.
them stand.
I don't know then.
Just to keep the blood flowing
but
to their
some
legs.
sit the whole time and play
They need-
and can be considered the greatest? Ooh, I don't know if you can sit in a sport. I don't know. Incredible football game. They played it in office chairs. Everyone was on a rolling office chair. Game was slightly slower, but an amazing game. Amazing game.
So it's just...
Think there's a lot of things, I guess. There's got to be some movement, got to be some sweat. Can't be any cigarette smoking.
But there was cigarette smoking in the NFL till the fucking 80s.
I guess you're right. Beer drinking in the, like Babe Ruth ate hot dogs.
Yeah,
guess.
come on.
Yeah.
It's not...
So I need movement, some sweat, some standing. I need a large chasm.
cricket?
God, no! What the fuck are you saying this shit in the living room for and tainting it? It's got to be something where the people doing it
Are so much better at
they're
it than
so
any...
much better than they're the best at it, but their best is you couldn't in a million years ever. Right? Isn't that part of the?
But I don't think that margin is as big as you think it is. I mean, the kids that play through college and high school, the difference between them versus the people that go pro, part of that that margin isn't that big.
Yeah, but you're talking about.
I mean, I've
you're talking about
never-
a few thousand people that don't make the pros watching the game at home might be like, "Fuck, I could do that." What about the 50 million other people that watch a game on Sunday night that are like?
Well, that goes that you can say that for race car driving. You could say that for fucking bowling. I mean, you could say that for any of those things. I mean,
no, because
nobody's good at that
amateurs
stuff unless.
There's somebody rolled a perfect game tonight somewhere in Milwaukee that's not a professional bowler,
But once.
but they did it.
Hole in one's the same thing, or a home run. I mean, somebody can hit a baseball one time over the fucking thing and be like, I hit a fucking 300
what
yard.
about a
fucking...
bowler somewhere that's in a league that's kills it every night, but he's not professional?
Well, he's close to professional though. He's on the level. She's on the level.
She's on the level.
I mean, I'm not saying.
Well, I don't know. No, we shouldn't. Yeah, we're gonna have to make. Oh, call. Tell us.
Don't call.
888-842-2577.
Don't call.
No, give me
Don't call.
what you think.
Where does it cut off?
And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, you're wrong, but I mean, no. I mean, you're sticking to. It's a, like you're saying.
Boxing's a sport.
See, that gets a little weird because you're not
Okay.
doing anything. You're just
In
beating the
boxing?
shit out of each other.
But
There's
continuous movement.
There is continuous movement, but it doesn't,
I like movement. Sweat is that's a good starting point.
well, the dart players sweat a lot.
Yeah, because they're wicked out of shape. Those bright lights. I'm the greatest in the world. I've never broken a sweat. I'm the greatest athlete in the world. I've never broken a sweat. Well, who's your trainer? What's your food program? Food program!
I guess, yeah, physical exertion.
Physical exertion, maybe that instead of continuous movement, or what am I?
Yeah.
Physical exertion is a good thing. You know, sweat.
I mean, you also don't. I don't think. Well, I guess boxing is a solo sport, so you consider
Yeah.
that
Tennis, I consider a sport
right.
because you're moving, you're sweating. I don't know. Yeah, there's got to be a million people must know what's up.
So funny.
Just don't talk about esports because I'll never.
That you won't ever.
That's
There's
my
no
cutoff.
way you could be
Yeah.
convinced of that.
I could join I could go on tour and follow a darts player before you find me like in Anaheim watching somebody play a game.
So you don't even have interest in watching it though. Not that you whether you, but couldn't you just be like, oh, this is competition gaming,
Absolutely not.
but you just don't have any interest in it.
Zero interest.
But you don't. But you don't play games.
No.
You don't play video games.
No.
But you could understand the people that do
No.
wanting to watch somebody play it very well.
No. I absolutely can't. I don't even understand how people play video games. I definitely don't understand how they could watch somebody play it. Like whenever Twitch came on and that thing, I
I mean,
found
that
out
is
was
like a
thing.
huge thing.
Oh, it's the biggest
It's
thing
like
in the
a
world.
huge,
I
massive
mean, I'm like
thing.
an old man yelling from my fucking grass. But
I mean,
when
dudes
found
get
out-
just paid. They get like Patreon donations just to play
I
8
can't.
hours a day, and they're not even like competing with anybody.
Never.
It's just watching somebody play.
The world passed me by, dog. You'll be here soon enough when you hit your third decade. No, but seriously, 888-842-2357. Give us like all of your like reasons. for
What
everything.
constitutes a sport?
What's everything?
What constitutes a sport?
But poker and darts, I mean,
Those are games, right? Well, poker is definitely. I consider that a game.
but darts is a sport.
Darts is a sport.
Yeah, definitely. All the best athletes play it.
What about shooting and like archery? Because that's in the Olympics, dog. How many things
that
are in
don't
the,
mean shit. In the Olympics.
Well, I guess it's like sports versus games versus also athletes. It seems as though you have a clear idea of what constitutes an athlete. Do you not
Yeah.
consider the people in the Olympics athletes?
Depends on what they're doing.
They're all doing things that require you to be athletic.
Not all of
Running,
them.
jumping, swimming.
Yeah, decathlon.
So what? Pushing, throwing the fucking, hurdles, fucking shot put,
No, hurdles is movement.
shot put. Dude, you have to be so strong to do that.
Yeah, you have to be strong to pick up a refrigerator and win man's strongest thing.
Yeah,
That
what
don't mean
about
something.
strongman? Are those guys not athletes?
Yeah, they might be athletes, but it's not a sport.
That's okay. But I'm saying that there's multiple issues here.
Okay.
There's multiple facets to this.
888-842-2357. Set me straight.